Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawning as the brother captain, we have Andreas Leonhardr, who's not really moving all too much. Spawning as his teammate as the apothecary, we have Astartes. Spawning as the biggest and the strongest mech boy, we have a foreign name. Spawning as the biggest and the strongest mech boy, we have another foreign name. Granted, their foreign names are different, but they're still foreign names nonetheless. And I can't speak foreign. Only English poorly and gibberish. Mech boys teleporting around, trying to capture up some points over here. We do have this power point being captured up as well. Tactical Marines and Strike Squad has been deployed on out. We will see shooters, more shooters, and more shooters. It looks like they're going to shoot up the place. Tactical Marine Squad is trying to capture the VP, but they will get ripped apart by all these shooters. You have a squad of Inquisitorial Stormtroopers being deployed on out. Good damage there on the Tactical Marine Squad. Dude has that heal from the Apothecary. A little bit late, he already dropped the model. And it looks like the brother captain started engaging these shooters in melee. Inquisitorial Stormtroopers and Strike Squads advancing. Got second squad is Inquisitorial Stormtroopers. Mech boys trying to fire from the garrison. Over here, Tactical Marine Squad still hanging around, largely thanks to the fact that the Apothecary's health regen aura is getting some good health regen. He does get another manual heal there, spending the rest of his energy onto that Tactical Marine Squad, and the Apothecary will be tying up the mech boy in melee. Scout squads will push their way forward, engage the sluggers. And the mech boy does teleport forward, but the Apothecary will find him and will slice him up. Tactical Marine Squad does drop a model there of the shooters. They will need to fall back relatively shortly because they're constantly receiving fire. They do fall back now. We got second Tactical Marine Squad put out by the Apothecary. Apothecary is trying to tie up the sluggers up in melee. Second Tactical Marine Squad is advanced as well, gains good damage there on the sluggers. And the shooters in the Tactical Marine Squad could engage, but the mech boy is trying to tie up the Tactical Marine Squad in melee and got a full retreat coming out by the orcs. Over on the left side, we got the starting upgrades there onto the Inquisitorial Stormtroopers, getting access to their grenades. Looks like there's some pinging perhaps going on. We've got another squad of shooters. Wait, didn't he look for... Looks like he went for shooters, sluggers, and shooters. A lot of shooters, a lot of sluggers. We also got some big shooters. You know, if you ever do have the Apothecary receive quite a bit of fire, he could throw a heal onto himself. He does actually heal himself right there. He does have some heavy cover there for the Tactical Marine Squad, and the sluggers do find a nice flank there. They've been upgraded to burn us, so they're trying to burn up these guys. He does fall back nice and early, which will save his requisition. So the scouts do lock drop a couple models there. They do have, looks like, a shotgun upgrade as well. Forces are making their way forward. We've got these Inquisitorial Stormtroopers being ripped apart. And that Inquisitorial Stormtrooper actually fully gets wiped there. Inquisitorial Stormtroopers could be dying for a grenade, but they're also quite low in health. Brother Captain's making an advance. Does get some force back those orc forces. On the right side, we do have more shooters. Gone for a third squad of shooters. That's a lot of guys. He's going to be having a severe requisition bleed for the majority of the game. They have deployed out some generators there. Scouts can push them forward. Let's get a nice shotgun knockback there on the slugger squad. The Strike Squad are seeing quite a bit of fire there from these shooters. He will need to fall back relatively shortly with those Strike Squad there. And the mech boy does get some shots there as well. It does do a full retreat now. On the right side, got the burners advancing. They could go ahead and burn that generator, but they're actually going for these generators. Make it a squad wipe here. Does get the front model, will you get the back model? Looks like he will manage to escape on out of there. Should be able to burn and destroy these generators, no problem. Good to plow out some more generators here as well.
Be shooters ready, boss.
At the Marines who advance the heavy cover there, trying to absorb some shots. Second shooter squad makes advance, and a lot of fire coming out on that tactical Marine squad. On the left side, we've got these generators still being done, chopped apart. He needs to get them out of melee and get them into range mode in order to actually burn these generators. So he does have a lot of shooters there to buy him time. Except squad does teleport forward, forcing back all the shooters. The sluggers do fall back as well. All the generators got bashed. Over on the right side, we've got the mech boy and tactical Marines engaging in melee. The apothecary does fall back, had almost no health remaining. I saw had as little as 5 HP. This tactical Marine squad is quite wounded. We've got the sluggers coming for a flank. We may see a shotgun knock back. We do not see a shotgun knock back. And also going to use the tactical Marines to tie up these orcs in melee. Needs to get the other one tied up in melee as well. Looks like the slugger squad is advancing down half of its models. On the left side, we got these sluggers advancing, getting some good damage onto that intercept squad. The intercept squad does fully get wiped out. So a lot of losses there for the brother captain. Even the brother captain himself is down. So boys start finally making the way forward. I know they've been deployed out for quite some time, but they haven't had to see them used whatsoever. Good damage there onto that generator. And generators is receiving more and more fire now. Looks like the apothecary has knocked out the storm bolter, and now we do have a razorback deployed on out. Maybe trying a little bit far forward. We do have a rhino being put out by the brother captain, and now we've got all these forces charging on forward. There's a lot of orcs. Guys tried to go into the rear armor, was not successful. Another squad has been deployed out by the apothecary. Could upgrade this one to Stern Guard veterans. Grenade was going, getting some minor knockback there onto the Burners. Strike squad does manage to escape on out of there. Can't be losing any more squads. Burner squad got fully wiped out as Stormboy is being pursued now.
We taking a secure punishing, boss.
Razorback or Rhino start to make his way forward. Has him upgraded with a regular sentry gun. Razorback starts to make his advance. We got some damage there on these shooters. They are starting to split up behind the cover. So this one's a little bit exposed. Heal does come out on the tactical Marine squad. The mech boy over here does fall back. Over here, the Rhino squad is advancing, trying to get some damage there onto these mechs, or mech boy. Now we've got the tactical Marines trying to capture the VP once again. We do got Stern Guard veterans deployed on out. He has replaced his fresh squad with Stern Guard veterans. Gens, talking about capturing, destroying, or asking him to deploy out some more. Because there's currently no generators here, so it looks like red team's out of generators. Blue team sells these set of generators, but they're starting to be focused down now. With the thanks to the Storm Guard veterans having the armor piercing rounds loaded. force starts to push the way forward. Apothecary does fall back, has been upgraded with the improved medical equipment, gaining some extra energy and regen. These generators have been decaptured, and he will not go, and the red team would not be able to capture it. Oh, goes on, nice smoke grenade there, very nice. Now the strike squad and Crystal pushing forward. Grenade thrown, knocks back some of his own strike squad there. Strike squad will be fall back. Look out, mortar barrage coming out from the tank busters. Gains some great damage there on the Rhino. Almost takes it out. They able to aim move following up after it. They perhaps could have got the kill there. Weird Boy does get thrown ability there onto the Razorback as well as a single shot. Over here, Tank Buster's firing barrage there, takes out that Rhino. Scouts trying to repair up the Razorback while melee, but the Weird Boy does completely wipe out that scout squad, so there's no repairs left for the Apothecary. He can ask his teammate for repairs for Stormtroopers. And Apothecary does fall back. He does receive quite a bit of fire, but he can escape out, no problem. Got the Tactical Marines and the Stormguard Barons start firing away. Stormboys do jump on forward. They do not get close enough for a stun on those forces. But the Razorback does go down. York still has a lot of tier 1 infantry. Does have to need one of the models there, not really being all too effective. Got a lot of big shooters making their way over the flanks. The Brother Captain will like to get overwhelmed. Brother Captain has also been upgraded the Nemesis Force Halberd, as well as the unending purge, gaining some health on hit. Another generator does get bashed there. The last one may get bashed as well. Yeah, it does get bashed. Doesn't need one of the models there, but he does have some good health and gen health to recover from that. Does do a manual heal there on that one Tactical squad. Another good AoE heal. And that should keep these guys nice and topped off. Didn't drop any models right there. Strike squad and Coastal War Troopers can drop some models, however. This point will be deactivated once again and likely get decaptured. Red team is having no power generators, while blue has a handful of power generators. Not a huge number, but enough to keep their stuff reinforced. They'll both reach tier 3 now. Amount of shooters they have to go out of the field may be a good idea to get out some knobs. Asking for a resurrection. We got these Stormguard veterans do get spotted there. Chaos Apothecary does fall away. Not sure where the Brother Captain actually is at. It's way down here. The Apothecary is pretty far away. Burner squad may go ahead and get closed in onto the Apothecary, but the Apothecary is focusing down, does fall back now. These forces start making their advance, trying to get some good damage in there. We got another fresh Razorback for some odd reason. He doesn't have any sorts of repairs other than his teammates for Stormtroopers. But you got the Neckboy going down to the Stormguard veterans. Great hit there by the Plasma Cannon Devastator, but they are going to receive the rocks in return. Does abandon to the Razorback there, which was potentially save it from most part. More plasma cannon devastators wouldn't hurt. They are fighting against the orcs. They're pretty light. And does go ahead and get their resurrection there. Trying to get some caffeine for me as well. So you may have heard my drink. Apothecary does use the full auto ability, suppressing that mech boy. The mech boy has milk the battery pack, which is a health and energy regen ability. It's like a medic, but not really a medic. Apothecary does fall back there. Storm Boys may jump in on these horses. Plasma Cannon Devastator rolls a miss there onto these Storm Boys. Plasma Cannon Devastator needs to make sure not hitting that Storm Boy. Does actually get the leader there quite a bit of damage. And the Plasma Cannon Devastator is currently suppressed there. Firing a shot onto this force up here. Does get a minor splash there. Strike Squad's advancing. Does wipe out the Storm Boys there, which actually is quite important. No, the Storm Boys still has one model remaining. They took out the leader, but not the actual squad itself.
There's come a reckoning, Greenskin.
More orcs are streaming on in. And this VP has been decaptured and recaptured. And more generators being bashed. The brother captain's going for his tier 3 now. He does have quite a bit of red points. Both of the Space Marine players have over 500 red points. So if they get tier 3, they can call in their nuke. And the boys are very vulnerable to those nukes, I would say. Does fall back nice and early. May drop a model, but maybe not. Sluggers do find a hit there onto one of the Strike Squad. This Strike Squad is quite wounded, but both of them do fall back in time.
Boss, he's losing some land.
Mechboy does teleport forward, trying to tap the Plasma Cannon Devastator in melee. May find a shot over here, does fire a shot. It was a pretty large miss there. The Mechboy does fall back in time. And the Mechboy himself does go down. Survivor Veterans haven't seen quite a fire there, drops a couple of models. As there's a lot of bullets now going towards Tactical Marines rather than the Storm Guard veterans. With all Stormtroopers trying to get some good damage there onto the sluggers. Tankbusters fire some rounds there, not doing all too much. They don't have any vehicles to shoot at the moment. We got all those orcs falling back. Yes, bigger is better, orc. Not sure what that means. He may be... Oh, holy crap, we got Daisy. I was not paying attention. Daisy has been deployed on out. They will need to pull out some las cannons to help deal with that, or go for a las cannon predator tank. They both the brother captain could go for a conversion beamer. Oh, we got actually a pair of missiles that now load up onto the Orc Battle Wagon. Does use that powerful ability there. Does go for the rollers there. Getting some good crushes there. A lot of healing coming on out onto these Tactical Marine squads, as well as we got the rocks now raining in. Apothecary has to use quite a bit of fire there. Apothecary will need to fall back. And it looks like all the Tactical Marines are falling on back. Doesn't need one of the models there. Doesn't get any squad wipes. Plasma Cannon Devastator could get some damage there onto the burners. We got a Percutation Squad being deployed on out. Utilizing the healing build there, trying to get them quickly healed up as quickly as possible. Trying to push his way forward. Orc battle wagon has received quite a bit of fire there from the missile launchers. 2 rear armor hits there. Plasma cannon does not fire off a shot there. It does get a great hit there. Multiple missile launcher shots there. It is using the healing ability now. Plasma cannon shot does connect. Now we've got the orbital strike coming on in. Triangling around these forces, but does manage to get in between them all. Trying to avoid the fire by being in the middle. He does manage to avoid most of that damage thanks to the fact that he just fired around him, not on top of him. Purification squad starting to push way forward. Could be up for the conversion beamer. The strike squad here may get wiped out. They do get wiped out there. And so does that knob. MechBoy has 4 shooters there. One of the shooters just went down there now. Purification squad gets great damage in as all these tactical marine squads are advancing. All these shooters are getting ripped apart by the Purification squad. Purification squad is a great AoE weapon. He does wipe out another squad right there. He's really throwing them away. He must be lacking out. We've got the brother captain in the mix of all of it as well, somehow, at full health. And all the shooters went down there. He was not paying attention.
Flash est gits.
Battle wagon's getting some much needed repairs, so it'll take a bit of time for those 2 squads to repair it up. And now we do have a looted tank being deployed out by the other mech boy, the one that lost all of his shooters.
That's the best you can do.
This burner here can go ahead and repair up his teammates' forces as well as the mech boy. But he does fall back there.
Watch the nearest fight.
Hey, when he's losing that, you know the thing.
Yep, they're losing the thing.
You pieces wrecking
Power nodes started being deactivated there. Still just relying on these small number of generators. Could throw out some more generators over here to get some bit extra power. Most of the orcs do have plenty of power potentially for the rest of the game. He's pretty much Popcat. Can deploy on another squad there. It has a bit of energy for it. This guy, he needs more requisition primarily. He has plenty of power income for the time being, but just needs a bit more requisition. Though with its population cap is population usage, I should say, is so low, it's able to get some great income there. Going for another looted tank, so it's going for mass looted tanks. Daisy starts making it her advance. Maybe going for the charge right there. There's the charge. Getting some great knockbacks there. The damage outputs on that's not actually that great. Going for the supercharged shot, getting some great damage there. Conversion beamer. Lying on up there, something being cast there on top of the mech boy, using the big rumblers, knocking back, stunning the entire region there, allowing the battle wagon to get some great damage in. Massive earthquake being deployed by that mech boy. And it looks like this, the Apothecary's, all of his forces falling back. The brother captain has lost his Inquisitor Stormtrooper recently as well. And the conversion beamer is right here, falling back as well. Saying he needs a bit more time for Terminators. He needs... let's see, that is the brother captain, so going for perhaps the Paladin as an 18 vehicle Terminator, so it should be better than going for the regular Terminators. They need some last cannon Devastators, that's for sure. Conversion beamers are throwing their shots in there. We got the Storm Boys jumping on in. Plasma Cannon Devastator trying to find the shots there, but there's 2 looted tanks there. Both of them use the big boom ability, knocking back the Conversion beamer. Tech Squad is engaging the Storm Boys in. Having trouble flying up shots there onto those looted tanks. The Orc Battle Wagon is quite wounded. Does try to jump away with the Storm Boy. Does manage to jump away with him. Strike Squad does get some reinforcements there. Brother Captain's getting some great damage in. Brother Captain still has plenty of health. Paladin try to get some melee hits there onto the looted tank. tanks there. No Devastator deployed, and now it's just going for more missile launcher tactical marine squads, which they're apparently all pushing right there and need those missile launchers over here. A long time ago. Now we got another Luda tank being deployed out by the other mech boy. But he can get out some more sluggers for repairs. Asking to capture some points. We've got the mech boy trying to go for a orc turret. I honestly don't even know if that even causes suppression. Missiles are raining in on the turret now. Going for another turret there. Mini gets destroyed out. Orc turret is down. So we got the loot tanks as well as Daisy advancing. Here comes the big boom from Daisy, getting some great damage right there. Apothecary is trying to get as much AoE healing as possible. Great hit there on the Strike Squad. Strike Squad is almost down. Strike Squad does capture the point there, doesn't need to fall back. One loot tank does go down. A lot of missiles raining on the looted tanks. Terminators could teleport forward, trying to block the retreat path of these forces. And over here, we've got the Plasma Cannon Devastator knocking back the Weird Boy. It does stop the decapture there. Orc Battle Wagon has seen quite a bit of fire there. We'll see it's loaded up with one of the shooters. Lots of damage onto these Tactical Marine squads. Storm Boys jump on in, but he does lose another looted tank there. Getting as much healing as possible on those Tactical Marine squads. Strike. The Storm Boys are just maintaining the distance onto those Tactical Marine squads, and they don't need to fall back now. Paladins could teleport forward in order to try to finish off that looted tank. As they quickly capture the VPs, they are down to 11. Oh, wait. The Orcs are down to 11 VPs, not the Space Marines. VP being captured up by the Paladins, at least be captured. If you can't get a full capture, oh, teleports forward. Trying to go for the melee hits there. It does hit the looted tank there. Terminators cannot retreat. They have to run away. They may need to fall back now. They may actually go down right now. Blue tank does crush carcass there. Paladins are receiving lots of fire there. They should have enough energy for a teleport. They need to pass cooldown. And there goes the Paladin. Mech boys do capture that point there. Mech boys are very mobile. This big boom does come forward, knocking back the Purgation squad. Strike squad receiving quite a bit of fire there and trying to decapture at that point now. Oh. Why did that Gretchen just straight up just scream? Why did the Gretchen just scream like the Gretchen announcer just straight up just scream like that? What was that about? Either way, we got the brother captain advancing forward. We do have the Orc turret trying to be redeployed there. Brother Captain is down half health, down almost to 500 HP. Got another big shot there. A global bully has been activated there, and now here comes the next earthquake being deployed out by the mech boy. Getting some great stuns right there. The Orc battle wagon does go down, so Daisy is no more. Up north, we do have the scouts trying to capture the VP. There's a war truck here, Weird Boy, and of course the Burners. Scouts could find Ingo there to decapture the point. Mech Boy is trying to recover his team buddy's Mech Boy. So both Mech Boys are back up and going. And the Apothecary and the Strike Squad are falling back. Scouts are trying to decapture the point there, but the Burners in the region, he does mainly push them forward there. Does get a nice knockback there with the Weird Boy. Now this Mech Boy's pushing forward to capture this point. This may be the end of the game. I don't think the Space Marines can get that point's now being threatened. The other point's not is being threatened, and now this point is being threatened. So looks like the Orcs will come out ahead. And we got the GG being cast in globally. And that's the end of the replay.
Trash.
This is Adam Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.